Hey, today we have the new season updates for Go Battle League, so we're going to be diving into everything. There'll be timestamps below, and my personal opinions on everything will be at the end if you want to know that. Alright, this season is going to be called Rising Heroes. It's going to be starting Wednesday, March 1st at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Be sure to put down a star piece before the new season starts, that way you guys can get more Stardust for end of season rewards. Now when it comes to the schedule, I'm really not going to go into every single week, because you guys can just look that up for yourselves, but it looks to be 1 week rotations with a lot of different specialty cups. As you guys can see, we have the thing called the Fantasy Cup, Color Cup, Psychic Cup, Mountain Cup, Little Cup, and then we also got some Weather Cups, more Little Cups, Sunshine Cup, Element Cup. There's a lot of different varieties, and we're going to be diving into that later on. Now we have 2 Go Battle Days this season, Saturday, March 25th from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m., where you guys can do up to 100 battles. We also have Go Battle Day Stardust, which is going to be May 14th, and that'll give us 4 times Stardust from win rewards. Now when it comes to the Pokemon catch rewards, nothing new. Basically it's all the same stuff. As you guys can see, those are going to be the ranked rewards as well as the levels up to 20. You guys can see right there. Now, don't forget to claim your Go Battle League timed research pass. It is free and it is in the shop, and you guys will get a ton of Stardust from this. Plus, if you win 400 battles, you will get an Elite Fast TM, and if you win 500 battles, you'll get an Elite Charge TM. Now, when it comes to the avatar items, we're going to be getting the Sinnoh Region's Palamer. I don't even know what that's going to be looking like. They have no example here, so unfortunately, we won't be able to see what the pose or the clothes do look like for the season, but maybe that'll come later on. All right, now for the cups. We all know the Great League, Ultra League, and Master League. We also have Master Premier once again. We have a new cup called the Fantasy Cup. This is going to be an Ultra League edition that's only going to allow Dragon, Steel, and Fairy type Pokemon, and it will be banning Galarian Stunfisk and Cobalion. We have the Color Cup Great League edition. This is going to be Fire, Water, Grass, and Electric type Pokemon. We also have the Mountain Cup. Only Ice, Ground, Rock, and Steel type Pokemon are going to be eligible. This is going to be in the Great League, and it will be banning Swampert. We have the Spring Cup, which is going to be in the Great League, only allowing Water, Grass, and Fairy type Pokemon, and Toxapex is going to be banned. That makes a lot of sense. We also have the Sunshine Cup, which is again in the Great League. Normal, Fire, Grass, and Ground, and Charizard is going to be the banned Pokemon. We also have the Psychic Cup is making a return, and Mew is going to be banned from this one. Next up, we have the Little Cup. This is going to be 500 combat power, very fast battles. We also have the Evolution Cup, which is going to be Great League. This is going to be your second evolution Pokemon, so they have to have evolved, and they also have to have a third evolution. So something like Vigoroth. Now we have the Weather Cup in the Ultra League, which is going to be Fire, Water, Ice, and Rock. We also have the Element Cup, which is going to be the Little Edition. So it's going to be Fire, Water, and Grass type Pokemon for 500 combat power. And finally, Catch Cup, wrapping up the end of the season from the Rising Heroes. And finally, we have the attack updates. We have Boom Burst going on Explode, Flygon, and Komodo. I don't really think this is going to impact any of them whatsoever, but I could be proven wrong later in the season. We also have Whimsicott getting Fairy Wind, which is going to be very nice, as it's a high energy gaining move instead of using Charm. And we also have Jellicent getting Surf. That's probably the biggest win of this update, as Surf now can do a lot of neutral damage and flip those matchups against Bastion and Galarian Stunfisk, but you do lose the capability of lowering your opponent's attack, which depending on your team build, you might want to keep Bubble Beam and Shadow Ball, but we'll find out. All right. So time to talk about my opinions of this season update. Boy, oh boy. Okay. So firstly, I think the rotations look pretty nice. We have a lot of different varieties, a lot of different cups to be played, a lot of good stuff there. I'm not the biggest fan of the end of season catch cup, because I think that's all right for players who are newer, right, and still need to build up their rosters, but for returning players, we don't want to be building a second Pokemon that we already have. Right? It's kind of like it's a double-edged sword. It's good for new players. It's bad for, return players. But that's okay. Go Battle Days are alright. Pokemon catches are alright. But the thing that's got me, and everyone here, is the move updates have not addressed the dominance of Noctowl and Lantern. And that, I think, is kind of disappointing to see, because for the next 3 months, unless some crazy Pokemon from Go Community Days, I should say, or special events where Pokemon come in, mix up this meta, we will have the same meta that we had last season for another 3 months straight. And it's a very stale kind of RPS meta because of the dominance of Noctowl and Lantern. So, feedback to Niantic, I would say that when it comes to season move updates, you always want to take a look at what people are using the most and how you can address lowering the use of that or increasing the use of something else that kind of counters that to balance out the meta. I know it's never going to be perfect, but it's always good to kind of keep things cycling. So the fact that nothing here was addressed to increase or decrease the use of Noctowl and Lantern by increasing the use of another Pokemon is going to make the meta very, very stale. Now, for the opposite side of that, we do have a lot of variety cups this season. So even for Great League, if you don't want to play that, there are a lot of good other options as well. But overall, I think it's a miss on this season. I think it's the Great League meta is going to be stale. The competitive scene is probably going to be very stale. It's already been stale, but yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.